Happy Thursday. Pastor Alyce here. As we all prepare for Thanksgiving next week, in a year when this holiday that's all about hospitality is likely to look very different than it has in years past, your pastoral team is exploring this idea of hospitality. As I thought about Jesus, I thought it fitting to acknowledge that Jesus was not only hospitable, but radically so. So, how is Jesus radically hospitable? Well, first off, and gee whiz, God left the comforts of heaven and a heavenly body to come to earth. The creator of all that is, was, or ever will be, the Lord of hosts, who is the ultimate host, decided to leave heaven where everything is just right and descend to earth where nothing is just right. As Goldilocks said it, too hot, too cold, too soft, too hard, too big, too small. Jesus became human. And being human means getting hurt physically and emotionally. Jesus didn't consider any of that. Oh no. God didn't just limit God's hospitality to an invitation to join Jesus and that invitation only for people like him, male, Middle Eastern, Jewish, without sin, likely olive-skinned. Oh no, Jesus did just the opposite. God decided to enter our world, join us, walk with us, talk with us, accept us for who we are, no matter our gender, our sinfulness, our biases, our social status, our infirmities, no strings attached to Jesus' hospitality. Come to me. Come and see, said Jesus. That's radical hospitality. Everyone is invited to Jesus' party, and God doesn't know a stranger. In fact, for God, maybe the stranger, the better. And Jesus invites us to follow him doing the same. Now, we like birds of our feather. It's easier to welcome feathery plumage like our own into our homes, into our lives, into our social circles, and into our church. Doing otherwise might make us feel awkward, fearful, or ill at ease. Oh, that Jesus. Always pushing our envelopes past where we want them pushed. Radical. So what might radical hospitality look like in your life? It's not going to be exactly the same for any of us, right? It just isn't. We're all different, and that's okay, it seems to me. One size of radical hospitality doesn't fit all. I found a few scriptures to share that I hope might inspire you to think radically about what you might do. From the Old Testament, I chose Isaiah 58:7 and Leviticus 19, verses 33 and 34. So hear these words. Is it, meaning hospitality, not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter? When you see the naked, to clothe them and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood? When a foreigner resides among you in your land, do not mistreat them. The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself, for you were foreigners in Egypt. Now, from the New Testament, I chose Luke 14, verses 10 through 14, and Romans 12, verses 14 to 20. So hear these words. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live in peace with everyone. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he's thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will keep burning coals on his head. So how might you be radically hospitable? Maybe this year it might be serving Thanksgiving to a stranger at a place that does that. After all, our own big gatherings are a bit risky right now, right? Maybe it might be exploring joining an organization pursuing justice for the marginalized. Or it might be joining Memorial's mission efforts so that you have the comfort of not going it alone, but rather in the company of our Memorial family, as our members extend radical hospitality through one of the many missions that Memorial supports. Whatever you feel led to do, well, just go do it. Be radical.